Good day everybody, how are you all doing? It's me, once again, Mr. Flynn for Tier 1 here at Australia for round number 12, not far away until the end of the season. I'm getting a few messages in the Twitch chat, or not the Twitch chat, sorry, the Discord chat. Let's get things correct here, shall we? The Discord chat going off saying, as it's Australia, fingers crossed it does not rain. Some people are really not wanting rain here this evening. So let's see what on earth happens here. And hello, Koff. How are you doing, buddy? Hope you're well. And oh my goodness, it is raining for qualifying. Okay, this has got a whole lot interesting. Okay. Well, I was potentially expecting rain, and here we go, happening in around about 5 seconds time. Indeed, up the Hass. Indeed. Let's see what a wet qualifying could bring, shall we? If my words want to English this evening. Let's have a look and see who's going to be our first victim heading out on circuit. Currently, nobody is yet. No one's feeling brave just yet. Shouldn't take too long until we get someone on track. Hoping. But let me know, what are your predictions in the chat? Who do you think is going to take pole position? And is there anybody on track that I should look out for who could be a potential Rainmaster? Anyone at all? Okay, thank you for letting me know, Jamie. Thank you. You were confused, were you? The bird you're going for. Okay, alright, interesting. So, we have got a few of our drivers making their way on circuit. I am hoping you can hear the game audio to a decent level as the cars fly by. I would give you a little bit of a description about Australia if I wanted to. 14 turns, 3, or actually no, 3? No. There's 4, there we go, 4 DRS zones at the circuit, but at the moment they have been disabled due to wet weather conditions at this moment of time for qualifying. So it's going to be about driver's skill in the wet, not trying to lose the back end of the car under wet conditions, using battery at its finest where it most can be useful in turns Australia. The big back straight out of turn 6 down to turn 9, turn 10 to turn 11, turn 14 to turn 1, turn 2 to turn 3. Those little areas where you might want to burn the battery just a little bit to get a bit more straight line speed and a bit more top speed. But what I would want to know as well from these drivers, are they going a full-on wet setup if it's wet in the race as well, or are they whacking on their dry setups, struggling in the wet qualifying, but be dominant in the race for a dry session, hopefully. So let's see what happens here. Bad boy down to turns 1, 2 and 3, hooking the car in nicely there and not doing too shabby. Looking nice and smooth. A little bit of a twitch of the back end there, coming out of turn 4. Or big slide out of turn 4 towards turn 5, actually. And this is going to be the tricky corner under wet conditions, because in dry, you can pretty much throw the car into that right-hander, you could say. But under wet, it's not possible. It is possible, but it's not. Because if you do it, you've got to make sure you try and keep the slide going in the right direction. But now, making our way to turn number 9, where we would see that rear wing open, but of course it's wet conditions, that won't be happening. Purple in sector 1 and sector 2, that's going to be due to Bad Boy being the first official driver on track at the moment to set a benchmark time. But maybe the Haas behind him, maybe, just maybe, could slap it on pole position if they've gone a little bit cleaner and a bit more quicker in the wet. So, Bad Boy rounding turn number 13 towards 14 very shortly to get his lap completed on the board. It looks very scruffy coming out the final corner towards the start and finish straight now. It's going to be a 125.5, but what can Declan do down in P13? They have invalidated, and it was a 127.7, so nowhere near the lap time of Bad Boy at the moment. Hopefully they can find a little bit more pace on circuit. See Bam at the final corner now, very twitchy on the back end, going to cross the line. Not going to be pole position, but it's going to be a 26.8. What can the Aston Martin do behind him? It's P3 for now, a 127.0. We do have pace down in, oh, I was saying top 10, but has actually got to P2. Completed that lap, it's a 126.7, so nobody able to get in the 25s at the moment. What can Mr. P do? Making his way through turn 12 towards turn 14 now. Yeah, towards turn 14 now. Not a very quick lap at all. Way off the pace, so hopefully going for another push lap to see what he can actually do in that car. On board of our championship leader, who has unfortunately to the beginning of his lap has invalidated, so maybe the championship is getting a little bit too much for himself, and starting to worry just a little bit because of course Mano in P11 is second in the championship and is slowly chomping away and marginally, gap by gap, starting to close it down to the Mercedes, who currently leads it. But Declan on pole, so 125.2. Anybody else on a potential quick lap? Rusted Bolt seems to be on a flyer right now, making their way to turn 12 towards 13 very shortly, and then 14. You can't indeed, Jackie. You got to make sure up the Haas. Doing pretty well. P1 and P6. Not bad for the first few minutes of qualifying now. But let's see here. Rusted Bolt goes to P9. It's a 126.9. Mercedes of, I believe it's going to be not Mr. P, but Mr. P will come around the track towards the final corner in 2 corners time. His teammate should be on pursuit to get a official lap time on, and that is Mr. P. Big error, smashing it into the main entrance of qualifying at the pit lane entrance. That is not what you want to do when you're in qualifying. Holy moly, Mr. P is out. That is a big error for Mr. P, as once again math just unfortunately invalidating, coming out of turn 6 towards turn 7. Bad Boy going even quicker. It's a 125.046, and Declan in P2 right now on a 25.2, and they do manage to save the car sliding out of turn 2 towards turn 3. That was a very good save there, Declan, so congrats on that one. You survive the qualifying session as it continues, but we have got quite a lot of drivers on circuit, as there's a Ferrari off track getting out of the way of Rusted Bolt, who is actually going to be peeling into the pit lane. Let's go on board. I was going to say let's go on board with Viva, but they are coming towards the end of their lap, I believe. But such a goated commentator, I must say. Does a very good job in Tier 2 comms. Currently P11, it's a 27.3 at the moment. Are they on a improvement? They are not, so they're going to be coming back into the pit lane in a few moments time. Mano about to cross the line now. What can they do for the McLaren team this evening? It's going to be P5. It's a 125.9. It's a very good start for Mano, because trying to chase down the championship leader, who is currently down in P15, struggling to get a time on the board. So Fake will be very pleased with P5 at the moment. Oh, this could be another DNF, but it's not. It's going round. It's bam into the barriers, and that could be a potential, maybe, just maybe, rear wing damage to his car, which won't be good towards the end of qualifying. Filthy Ghost now rounding the final corner of turn 14 towards the start and finish. What's it going to be for the Kick Sauber driver? A very good lap time here, up into P7, a 126.1. Not too bad. It's a very good improvement there for the Kick Sauber driver, but obviously Kick are going to be looking for as many points as they possibly can, because, you know, they're not doing too well in the combined constructors, I believe, as we have got Pooch down in P8, 2/10 up on their lap time right now, and I believe that was through sector 1, as we're now in sector 2, about to approach the end of sector 2 very, very shortly, actually. So what's it going to be for the Alpine driver? It's a 5/10 improvement. It is predicting that he has gone fastest out of all in sector 2. So let's see if it's going to be a provisional lap time. It does look quite quick for Pooch, so this could be our next provisional lap time, as the rain doesn't seem to be getting any harder on track at the moment. So no, not, you know, for example, not getting wetter. It seems to be keeping the same, but it does seem to be a very good lap time for Pooch here. Let's see, what can he do as he crosses the line? Could it be in the 24s? Only time will tell. It's P3. It's a 25.3. So an 8/10 improvement, but puts him into provisional P3 for now. Mano up by quite a bit in sector 1. What about sector 2? It's a 5/10 improvement once again. This has got to be closer for pole position, surely. And we just ignore the slight voice crack whistle I just did on stream. Hopefully nobody heard that, but only time will tell. The clipping software could come out. But the McLaren through turn 12 towards 13, then turn number 14 very, very shortly. What's it going to be as they cross the line? This could be our fastest lap ever yet on track. Let's see. And it is not, but it's very, very close. It's a 25.1. So like I said, very, very close. On board with the Ferrari of Merc down in P10. Sliding his way out of the first couple of corners he's gone into. 3/10 up at the moment, so that currently does put him in chance of, you know, P9, P8 territory. But what's it going to be when he gets to the end of sector 2? Because this is where you really want to burn all that battery and have a bit of straight line speed, you could say. And he ain't up by much, but look at that, our championship leader slapping it on pole position. It's a 24.9. Not a massive difference between P1, P2, and you could maybe count P3 in the fight, but that is a good lap time there for the Mercedes, struggling twice to get a perfect lap on the board, but third time is the charm, and they have done it. So very good lap time there from the Mercedes. What is the Ferrari driver going to do down in P11 at this moment in time? Didn't improve much at all in sector 2, and they improved by quite a bit. Only 4/10 up into P9. It's a 25.9. Very dodgy there, Flynn. Now debating if I should clip it or not. It depends. If you want to clip it, you have my permission. You could nickname me Voice Crack Flynn if you really, really want to. And it has seemed that Iceman has knocked down Merc back to P10 where he was just a moment ago, as Bad Boy once again responding to the Mercedes. It's a 1 minute 24.743. Fastest lap yet on circuit, but of course track conditions still improving as time goes on. Viking Fox down in P13 seems to be up by quite a bit in sector 2 by 4/10, sliding out of the tricky corner of turn 10 now towards turn 11, getting a bit of a slip and toe from their teammate who is actually just ahead of them in qualifying so far. It's P12 for Rusted Bolt, and like I said, P13 for Viking Fox as he slides through turn 12 towards 13, but if they keep it all together, this could be a nice improvement, maybe to the front of the row. But let's see what happens here. It is going to be P11, way, I wouldn't say actually way ahead of the teammate, about a position with a car in the middle separates them. One's P11 and one's P13, but Declan out of nowhere. What a margin of a gap that is. It's a 24.734. Holy moly. It is getting a bit intense as qualifying starts to calm down and gets to the final closing stages of 4 minutes to go. Only time will tell what on earth is going to happen. We're going to keep on board with the Mercedes, who seems to be on a flyer right now. They have actually invalidated once again. So maybe this is not a strong track for math. It seems that it's not a strong track for them at all, really. So yeah, that is not good news whatsoever for the Mercedes, as Filthy Ghost has been disqualified from the session for being parked in a dangerous location. There we go. F in the chat for Kick Sauber then. One's P14 and one has been DSQ'd and will be starting P18. Very interesting. I know, right, Jack? Up the house, come on deck. Maybe his time is today. Who knows? Who knows, as we do have the Aston Martin in P8 at the moment on an improvement in Sector 1. Like I always say, what's their Sector 2 looking like? 3/10 up, so that does put him maybe in the top 6 and maybe top 5 if they get it a little bit more calm and just a little bit more better. It all just depends on what is going on. So let's see then. Oh, I believe they slightly touched the wall there as well, making their way to the start and finish. It's P7. It's a 1 minute 25.4, so a nicely done improvement there for the Aston Martin. That could be their lap time done and dusted though, or maybe trying to weave themselves through traffic. Let's have a look and see if they've got another flyer. I don't think it does, Warrior, because with the way it was going for Filthy Ghost, he did actually set a valid lap time. The way an engine pen works at UFRL is you obviously load into the session, you do a lap around the circuit without doing a lap time. Basically, you come out of the pit lane and go in the pit lane again, and then once you're in the pit lane, you then retire from the session. That's what you do, really. So they've just been DSQ'd for parking, apparently, so-called, in a dangerous location. Yeah, bit of a weird one, so we love this game, as we say. But we're going to go on board with Viva. Their final lap time of qualifying here at Australia. Oh, did he? Well, I don't think he's taking an engine pen then. I think he just parked in a dangerous location and he just got stuck or something. Because if he took an engine pen, then I guess he'd be in trouble. But only time would tell. I don't really know. That's how it works with engine pens, though. You go out of the pit lane and then come back into the pit lane before you start a lap. So like I said, it's more just a game being the game, and DSQ'd him. So everything in the chat for that. Right then, Viva on a lap right now. Coming to the end of Sector 1. They're up by 0.2 of a second. So looking very good for himself right now. Not enough to get into the top 12 yet, but yet still could maybe just improve a little bit more through Sector 2, up by 0.4, so averaging for a decent lap time here Someone is going very, very slowly. And could that be pace? It is, but they're still on a valid lap time at the moment. The Ferrari in P10 has unfortunately invalidated, so they will not be getting another attempt at all. Declan very, very close to a McLaren driver on the circuit. Hopefully they do move out of the way. Viva about to cross the line. What's it going to be for him? He'll go up to P13 and P13 only. Pace will now cross the line to stay. Oh, actually, he goes out to P5. Rusted Bolt to P9. Lots of drivers improving now, like Massa, 1 minute 27.1. Can the Williams and, you know, Haas respond to that as Pooch right now goes to P2 at 1 minute 24.5. Declan getting a massive advantage here from a very powerful slip and toe to the line. It's an improvement, but stays P4 unfortunately. And then the Aston Martin rounding the final two corners is going very, very slowly and going to be crossing the line, but no improvement whatsoever. But let's take a bow to our championship leader, finding pace where it was at most, and goes to pole position of a 1 minute 24.1. The Bird a 1 minute 24.351, and Bad Boy rounding it off with a P3 a 1 minute 24.424, and Declan P4 with a 1 minute 24.5. So let's see what happens here. That is your clarification for, you know, the whole shenanigans of qualifying. So there you go. Have a quick glance. Mercedes on top, the Bird in P2, and the Williams in P3. It's going to be spicy. There's going to be, I'd say, a few DRS trains left, right, and center, but only time will tell what really goes on here for tonight's race. I'm looking very excited and just very excited. Can't wait to see what it can bring. Can't wait. I say, only time will tell. So we're going to get a 5-minute break, and once we're back, we'll get straight into the race. So do bear with. Rightio then. Let's see what time we're going. 8:29 is when we're going to get racing. Around about in 4 minutes time. And of course, as well, feel free to predict who you think is going to be, you know, taking home the race win. Who's going to reach the corner first at turn 1? What are we all predicting and thinking? Because I'd love to hear your thoughts of ideas, shall we say. We should get going in any second now, really. I think what's going to happen, shall we? Who do you think's going to take it to turn 1? Who are we all thinking? Let me know. Just doing something in the background, because I'm going to forget now. Me. Right. Here we go then, chat. Moment of truth. Who's it going to be? As we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here at the Australian GP, and it's lights out and away we go. It seems the Mercedes is... I have no idea what's happening. My timing screen is completely messed up. I'm saying Declan's in P1 at the moment. Hopefully the game will sort itself out. We do have the Mercedes and Math in P1 for now, though. P2 for the Bird, but they're saying they're at the back of the grid. So what on earth is going on? Has there been a lobby bug? No, there hasn't. There we go. We're back to where we need to be. So back to commentating then, I guess. Let me just quickly put that on my screen, because that was really confusing for a second. Right then. So the Mercedes leads the way down out of Sector 1 down to Sector 2 now at turns number 9 towards turn 10 very, very shortly, with the Bird right on their gearbox. Position changes happening at the back of the grid. Who have we got? Filthy Ghost up into P15, having a bit of a scrap with their teammate. But a big DRS train at the moment, but we have got the Alpine diving, which is going to be Pooch trying to get a position on the Haas driver. Gets past Fake for P5. The Haas up next, which is Declan in P4. And we have got a move happening at the top of the field. It's going to be Math losing out to the Bird for P1. So a new race leader on lap number 2. And it is going to be the Ferrari, maybe leading the way into turn 1. The Mercedes, though, striking back on that hard compounded tyre with the Ferrari on the medium compounded tyre. And it is going to be the Williams trying to, you know, find a way through, shall we say, around the outside, shall we say, for the Ferrari and gets the move done. Same for the Williams now, trying to go side by side where you don't really see overtaking opportunities, you know, vary or happen. The Alpine now trying to get involved in the action with the Haas. Haas and up into P4. It's all getting very, very scrappy and wheel-to-wheel action at the back of the grid. I am getting just a little bit scared with the driving of these drivers, shall we say, with the overtakes they're making and sticking their noses in where you wouldn't normally see it. But it is racing at the end of the day, and someone has gone very, very wide, and it is going to be actually the bird tumbling all the way down to P number 8. Dirt on those tyres is not going to be what you want. The Aston Martin now getting by, and that is the bird going from, you could say, P1 all the way down, tumbling through the order down to P10. What on earth is going on there for the birds, with all the drivers making it through on lap number 3 now out of 29. We have now got another new race leader. It's going to be the Williams of Bad Boy as they sail on through turns 1 and 2. Warming up a bit of a DRS train, you could say. Everyone's starting to chill out and calm down just a little bit, and I can get to tyres in just a second time. Just need to make sure that nobody is currently going to be, you know, one of those people where I do something and then I miss it completely. But we have actually got Bam in that pit lane right now, and probably going for a new front wing or something. But we have also got Mr. P down in P17 as well. What on earth is going on with this race so far? As all we've got at the moment is a big DRS train, a gap forming from P10 and P11, so something to separate ways at the moment. We've got a dive coming in from the McLaren of Mano. Oh, it's actually going to be P2 in the championship, fighting with his championship leader, which is the Mercedes, leading it now for a very long time, almost towards the end of the season. But Mano could come back and try and steal some more points from the Mercedes. But we're going to see Declan getting past his teammate up into P5. That could compromise pace. So down to turn 1, and that might let the Williams by, but it doesn't. So Haas trying their best to work together to catch the cars ahead, with the McLaren doing it once again. A massive dive bomb, you could say, into turn number 3 and turn 4. But where is Fake? Where has he gone? He went too late on the brakes and he is tumbling down that order once again. It is all going on with shenanigans on track, and now Fake is back where he didn't want to be, and he's back all the way down to P10. What on earth is going on with these drivers today? It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But now P1 and 2 have a massive gap of oh no, actually, sorry, it's not P1 and 2, it's P2 and 3 who are still carrying on and forming that DRS train, with Bad Boy in P1 2 seconds up the road. So there we go. Right then, tyres. Actually, hang on a second for tyres, because we've got another move happening, and it's Declan on the Alpine, making a bit of wheel banging contact, and it's Declan now up into P3. The Alpine under humongous pressure from the Williams, putting as much pressure on the Alpine as they possibly can. I can't get a moment to breathe here, because Australia has got some all kinds of crazy shenanigans going on right now. Can everyone just stop for just a second? Thank you. Right, tyres. Let's have a look and see what's going on here, shall we? Tyres. There are your tyres. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers on the hard compounded tyre. All the rest on the medium compounded tyre. As you know, Australia is annoyingly one of those circuits where tyre wear is absolutely horrendous, okay? Absolutely horrendous, this sort of tyre wear. But everyone's starting to chill out and calm down just a little bit, which is nice to see. Rid of that, I forgot I had it up on the board. We've got Declan now up into P2, getting ahead of the Mercedes, who drops down to P3. They're probably trying to close that gap down to P1, but they're just running away at this moment in time. Like, when I mean running, I mean substantially running away. Because once you're out of that DRS train and you start running away, it's quite impossible to try and catch up again if they've got really, really, really good pace. I can sense the Williams going for a move on the Alpine here. That'll be for P4. They are looking to... I was going to say to the outside line, but switches to the inside line. Bit of contact there between the Williams and the Alpine. And the Williams does get the move done on Pooch. And up into P4. Yellow flags in the background. And Kick Sauber is stopped on track at the moment. It is going to be Ghost dropping now. Maybe to P16 if Rusted Bolt can catch in time. We've got wheel to wheel behind the Ferrari against the Alpine. Getting a bit of a push and shove, you could say. That's now the Ferrari, a Bird, back to where he wanted to be, which is P5. And then you have the Alpine, a Pooch, dropping all the way down to P6. The Bird, after making that huge mistake, is trying to regain on a few more positions and get back to where he was and, you know, leading a fight for the win contender as well. Possibility. Like I say, only time is going to tell on that, really. So, Declan trying as his best as he possibly can to close down the gap to P1, but like I say, the gap is just substantially running and running and running. So 2.9 seconds up the road, 2.8 seconds, but what's the Mercedes going to do here? But surely, because that totally makes sense, Flynn, with what I just said with my words and vocabulary, wants to get a move on here, but isn't making that switch whatsoever. Which is fairly interesting. So I wonder what kind of strategy they're going to go for. As, oh, that is not what you want to see from the Mercedes driver in P3. A way to hurt his championship lead, even though everybody scores a point here. But all the big points are scored, you know, in the top 10 to top 5. So that's where you really want to be for points. But look at this. Drivers wanting to make moves now and get a move on because they know that Mercedes is probably bound to get another time penalty to their name. They've exceeded track limits 3 times. Which you don't want to do. Let's see what happens then, as more carnage is surely to unfold here on lap number 8 out of 29. Medium tyres should start to die down now, and it should be, you know, the hard compound tyre should be a lot better. This is good though, because Declan is putting pressure on P1. You know that P1 isn't really running away, shall we say. You never know, maybe P1 is reserving their tyres, saving a bit of battery. He can, of course, control the pace. Or is Declan just pushing way too hard in the early stages? As we see that Mercedes going for that move up into P2 now, obviously with that 3-second time penalty. Trying to close that gap down to Bad Boy. Oh, the Williams going for a move around the outside, maybe. And they will get that move done. That was a very nice move there, I will agree. Very nice move for the Williams up into P3 now. And Declan down to P4. As we can see, everyone here trying to get a move on. Just trying so hard to go where they need to go, and we can now see the Bird putting a lot of pressure under Declan for P4, and oh, what a move as well. Into turn 9 towards turn 10, gets that move done for P4. Like I say, you don't always see overtakes happen there, but oh, there we go. That was absolutely mega. When I mean mega, I mean mega. That was incredible to see. But the Bird does box this up into the pit lane to get off those medium compound tyres as quickly and as possibly as they can to get onto the hard compound tyre to go to the end of this race. First driver to respond. What is everybody else going to do is Pooch. Oh my goodness. Pooch gets a 3-second time penalty now for multiple warnings on the circuit. What on earth is going on? As they say, what is going on? We need to know what is happening. Absolutely sensational right now what is going on with these penalties coming in. Basil, another one to get a penalty for 3 seconds down in P10. I can sense a lot of penalties coming for some of these drivers as Pooch back up into P5, getting ahead of pace for P number 5. The decent and not so decent question though for the Bird down in P15. He's in traffic but not in traffic. If he can quickly get past these two drivers, which is going to be Filthy Ghost and Rusted Bolt, he could be in a bit of clean air. But it depends how long he's stuck behind those, as we do see Pooch, Pace and Merc into the pit lane now. The Aston Martin will carry on in P5 as Ghost gets a 3-second time penalty now for track limits. Where is the Bird? There is the Bird, gaining and gaining on the kick-saber driver, but isn't going to go for the move. Probably out of turn number 2. I'll go for the switcheroo. Very good exit there for the Ferrari, which are they going to go to the left-hand side, burning that battery, and there is a bit of damage there we can see on Ghost's car. Late on the brakes, lovely lunge, hard compound tyres, and in P8, where he'll want to be. Ghost, right now, is on for a charge for his life. Bad Boy has lost a bit of time, or has dropped back to help his teammate maybe get a Williams 1-2. Could be possible here, you never know. But like I say, only time will tell. That is going to be helping out the top 5, however. Maybe. Bit of a DRS training going on. The Bird may struggle just a little bit, but someone is in the pits. That's Bad Boy in the pit lane now. Going to get off those medium compound tyres as quickly as they can. And the Aston Martin also in P7. What else is going on? The Bird now up into P7. Oh, there's no way this is about to happen. That would be our provisional race leader, and the Bird is currently sitting in a P2 sweet spot. Tyre delta. The Bird on 2 laps, Bad Boy in 0. That is fightable for the Bird. Depends what they do now, as Bad Boy will need a lap or 2 to get those tyres into working range and fired up. It's going to get spicy now towards the end of this race. Very spicy. Any more crazy moves about to happen? Pesh in the pit lane though. That's what's crazy. Oh, try not to speed as well. Nicely done there, Pesh. Nicely done. These two wiggling on the straight. Not too sure what for, but we'll see if it happens again. Maybe playing the DRS uppers. Oh my goodness, pace at 1 minute 18.655. Fastest lap so far. And there we go. The Bird losing time to Bad Boy ahead, but Pesh comes out. So right now the Ferrari is in a Williams official sandwich. What's going to happen between these two? When are they going to go into the pit lane and get on the fresh set of the medium tyres? Because they'll have a lot of work to do to see pace up into P8 ahead of Pooch. But Pooch may strike back here, but won't actually because they don't get the DRS open. Now it's Merc with a 3-second time penalty. McLaren is also staying out still. And Viva as well. I guess they're waiting for a safety car. That's what they could be waiting for. Pooch then back ahead of the Haas. But then the Haas goes through again. Here we go then, the Williams putting humongous pressure under the Ferrari. What's happened to Viva? He's been swallowed? Or has he? No. Anyways. Yeah, back on board of Pesh. He was trying to get a move done on the Ferraris. I got slightly distracted with what was going on with Viva. But Viva and the McLaren have lost quite a bit of time. If something has happened. Oh! Pesh almost into the back of the Ferrari there. Here's Bad Boy thinking for the move as he gets a faster lap of the race so far with the Alpine in the house of switching positions in the background again. Which way is Bad Boy going to go? He's going to go to the outside line now. On board of the Williams. He's going to dive to the inside. Lay on the brakes against Viva. Bit of contact there. Bit of wheel banging going on. Will keep his line though and get that move potentially done. The Ferrari trying to capitalise on that as well. And will get stuck behind for a corner or two. The Ferrari now switches to the inside now ahead of the Kick Sauber driver. That Kick Sauber is not looking race worthy or race pacey so far. The Ferrari burning as much battery as they possibly can. Gets the DRS. And now the Williams gets ahead of the McLaren. But look who goes through. I didn't realise Pesh was going for the move. He does. Up into P5 now. Time to get past P4. And it could be P4 as well. And it is. Oh, the Ferrari making contact. The McLaren. Straight into the back of him. Or her. Oh my goodness. It's happened again for the bird. He just bottled it. He's back down to P9. Not where he'll want to be. Oh my goodness. Crazy, crazy, crazy shenanigans happening right now. Absolutely insane. Wow. Was not expecting that. It could provisionally be a Williams 1 and 2 right now. If it was to stay that way. That could actually happen. Could be crazy. The bird though, back up into P7 now. He must feel angry. Angry and annoyed, as they say. On the inside there of the Alpine as well. Up into P6. Viva's still staying out. Both William drivers are working together now, it seems. And it is indeed, that's what their plan is to do. Jake getting a move done on the Aston Martin for P9. Oh, there we go. Pace up at a P7. Ahead of Viva, who drops on to P8 now. Oh, Viking Fox, a 3-second time penalty. A new name to get a penalty now. They're currently in P12. Are these two working together? Let's see. Oh, no, they aren't. Oh! Seems the Mercedes was, you know, just locking the wheels just a little bit. Has lost them quite a bit of time, though. Same move again, though, for Fake up at the P9. You just got both Williams working together now. But there we go, the bird now. Up at the P5. But that is quite a big gap to close up ahead. 6 seconds, shall we say. That is, yeah, that is mighty. And the first one to respond is the Mercedes. Third and second for Williams' team right now. Maybe, just maybe. We'll see if there's a spin, though. Depends. With a bird. A 3-second time penalty for the bird now. You can tell he's angry, can't you? Tell he's angry or frustrated. Declan's in as well. Medium tyres for the Hash driver. On pit exit now. Will come out in P7 right behind P6. Right now, a Williams 1-2. And that's where they work together to keep that gap to where it needs to be. Nine laps to go. How's this going to play in P4? How's this going to play out? When's Declan going to make his way through the pack? Maybe his teammate getting ready to move out of the way. Oh, the bird ahead. There's contact. There's carnage ahead. There we go. Haas switching their drivers around. Oh! That's a front wing end plate going off and into the gravel or into the barriers or somewhere on track. And that is going to be the bird with damage. Moving out of the way for these drivers. That is going to be the bird. Maybe in the pit lane for a new front wing or to retire. What's it going to be? There's no retirement, but it's a front wing change. Oh no, they have retired. The bird has retired in the pit lane. Our first DNF of the session. Not a good day for Ferrari. A day they want to forget, to be honest. A day they're going to want to forget. Oh, Declan as well, following the Alpine, getting a 3-second time penalty now. Damn. There could be a fight for the podium here. Could be very good points for Haas today as well. Very good points. More action in the background. It's going to be Pace getting up into P5 now ahead of the Alpine, who drops down to P6. Both on the same compound of tyre, I believe. And lap age, yep. You got a very you got a very fast Mercedes on track and a very fast Haas on track as well. But is there going to be enough laps to do it, we wonder? Is it too late? Hooch up at P5 now, getting ahead of P6. Gonna get nerve-wracking, chat. Top 10 was on, think of the points. Yeah, the birds. Top 10 was on for him, buddy, but I think he just decided to have, he had enough and got a bit annoyed and, you know, DNF'd. But there we go, McLaren on pit exit as well. That's Basil, P17. Gonna get lapped now. Lap 24 out of 29. That Mercedes and Haas are slowly chomping down at the gap towards the Williams drivers right now. So if they were to catch, if they keep at this pace, it may be possible. Maybe not, because they've then got to build a 3-second gap. It then depends if any Williams drivers in this race now get a time penalty. That is officially their 1-2 ruined. If they let the Mercedes through and the Haas through, as long as they keep within 3 seconds, they'll have the 1-2. If they both don't receive a penalty. I don't think the Mercedes and Declan are going to cash in time. I really don't think they are, but say it once, it may happen. So say no more, let the race resume, and we let the race get on. No safety car, by the way. I say that now because we now can't have a safety car. Realistically, it's not possible for a safety car now. Yeah. We should be all smooth and groove to the checker flag. Oh, that's why. That's not going to be Basil in the car, is it? It's going to be the AI in the car. Basil's still not back in yet. That is a big yikes. But at least Declan could fight for a top 3 if he can't get the race win today, because it's really annoying for Declan. He has such a really good qualifying session. And then it just goes backwards from then on out. Not really his fault, because other drivers making contact and Declan unfortunately being a passenger, but getting the penalty is kind of his fault, you could say, in some way, because he is driving it in the day, so the penalty would be under his fault. But everything else, just a full-on passenger. You know, the bird going off track, Declan being held up by that. Maybe that gave him a warning and he got put off by it and maybe get removed, who knows? But someone has retired on track. And never mind, it brings out a virtual safety car. So racing has been neutralized and should restart in a couple of mementos, but has actually been upgraded to a safety car. So I am wrong. We will get a safety car restart. I thought the safety car period had ran out, but never mind. We are going to get a safety car. So carnage is about to unfold here, ladies and gents. Prepare yourself for absolute chaos. It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to watch. No DRS whatsoever. Just a sec, chat. I need to quickly sort out something on my side. Apologies, bear with one momento. It's not ideal for these drivers to box though, because I think the safety car is only going to be out one racing lap and then back in again. So there we go. All the drivers are going to be bunched up now. But only time will tell what's going to actually happen here. Legit commentators curse. Well, it happens, and when I say these things, it happens. So yeah, what can I say? What can I say? When is the safety car going to come in? This lap? Did I miss the message? I did miss the message. It could officially be a Williams 1 and 2. New tyres for the rest of these drivers. We'll see what happens here. Bad Boy on mediums, Pesh on, I think it's soft tyres, Maths on softs. Aston Martin did stay out. Who's going to be the real threat and game changer here, chat? Only time to tell. Racing has been resumed and it's lights out. And away we go. Declan trying to fight for the race of his life right now. Oh, he's getting a bit snappy. He's all over the place right now. Oh, there's front wing gone. Someone has lost their front wing. Someone is off track. That's Aston Martin off in the background. Yellow flags are being waved. Declan, a 10-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Holy moly, it's all going on, chat. Surely that will get removed. There we go. Rusted Bolt making his way up into P8. Merc down to P9. Moves happening like crazy in the background with Fake and P7. Going for a move on the Haas. Up into P6 now. Pesh, fastest lap of the race so far, 1 minute 17.8. Williams have absolutely ran away with a perfect, phenomenal restart. Pooch, a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I am so unsure right now who is finishing where, if Declan's penalty will get removed, but I know the McLaren of Mano, if he keeps it all together, will officially be finishing on a podium as we speak right now. Maybe. He needs to go a little bit quicker. Well, we are on the last lap of this race. Wheel to wheel with the Alpine and the McLaren. The Alpine of Pooch up into P5 now. Is there going to be a late lunge? There is going to be a late lunge, and the McLaren will not concede, may concede the position. We're going to go to the front of the field because I didn't think it would be possible today. It's a Williams 1-2 here at the Australian GP. Pesh will cross the line to take the Williams 1-2 home. Where will everybody else finish? It's Fake for a podium, Pace P4, Rusterbolt P6, Rusterbolt P5, Merc P6, P7 for Viva, P8 for the Alpine, P9 for Mr. P, and P10 for Iceman. There we have it, folks. There we have it. There we go, chat. Pesh is your driver of the day. Williams 1-2. Insane stuff there. But what can we say? Great performance from the top step drivers today for Tier 1. And Pesh will take home the victory and take the crown to the team to celebrate after. But there you go, chat. There is your provisional race results for now. And we are going to wrap things up there. Thank you so much for watching. Do catch us tomorrow live on the channel for Tier 2. 8 o'clock start UK time. Tier 3 on the Wednesday, 8 o'clock as well. Friday, 8 o'clock for the 100% tier. And then Saturday for the international tier at 9 o'clock UK time. Guys, you've been awesome. You've been fantastic. And I'll catch you very, very soon in the next one. Bye-bye.